Back in 2022, the Calderdale Parent Carer Forum held a conference where they put together 3 pages of solid, practical ideas for what was missing from the local offer. As part of our commitment to transparency, we put all feedback from parent carers and young people onto the local offer site. These ideas became the foundation for what you see today. I worked with parents, young people and service professionals for a year, and now Sophie Singleton, the local offer SEND Partnership Officer at Calderdale, meets weekly to co-produce content with them. As Local Gov Drupal is open source, we're not selling a product but a service. So Sophie and I also meet every week to review content and plan next steps, which is all part of our commitment to developing the SEND local offer for Calderdale and for all councils. When we started, we were working with a proprietary platform, but it quickly became clear that it just wasn't flexible enough, especially with no possibility of hierarchical content. So we made the decision to build the new site using the Local Gov Drupal framework, working on a tiny budget, and it's still very much a work in progress. The site's organised into several Local Gov Drupal subsites, each with its own colour and icon, making it easy to navigate. Of course, one of the parents' requests was to make the site welcoming and colourful, but we also wanted to maintain the look and feel of the legacy site. But with Local Gov Drupal, we now have hierarchical pages, guide pages like this one, and step-by-step guides, so families can find the information they need in the order they need it. You'll notice that all the menus, guides, step-by-step qualifications are on the right-hand side. We did this for consistency because we found that top menus often made it hard to see the actual content. This way the information is always front and centre. Some councils see their local offer as nothing more than a statutory duty, but for me the vision of the SEND local offer is to create a calm, supportive journey for children and young people with SEND and their families. And to do that, the local offer needs to be more than just a website. It must be the beating heart of SEND, connecting people, services and information. And this is certainly the attitude at Calderdale, where the strategic management have committed to this vision. Here you can see one of the outcomes statements of the strategy. I can be my true, authentic self. We sprinkle these throughout the site to really bring them home. So everything starts with the SEND strategy. And Calderdale has a new SEND strategy for 2025 to 30, which you can see in this Local Gov Drupal publication. We know the local offer is about people. It brings together parent carers, young people, education, social care, health, the voluntary sector, and schools, businesses, all held together by the SEND partnership. Here, the Calderdale Cares Partnership is actually made up of 8 individual health adjacent organisations. This diversity of stakeholders is one of the reasons we believe the SEND local offer needs its own dedicated platform, not just a section on the council's main website. I'd love to see every local authority have a dedicated 3-person team for the SEND local offer: comms, content and community engagement. For comms, we have a Facebook page, we have a news channel with a newsletter emailed out every half term and also saved on the site. This covers what's on during the holidays and important updates during term time. For community engagement, Sophie recently held a local offer live event where hundreds of parent carers and young people came together to meet council and health services and local organisations. We're also working to expand our case studies. Right now we have some testimonials, but in the future we want to share more real life stories to help families see what's possible. Sophie also goes into schools. This community role is vital. Someone who's out and about in family hubs, schools, supermarkets, the wider community, talking to families and professionals, making sure the local offer reflects current needs and future possibilities for children and young people. When it comes to services, each service has its own page in a directory with details like opening times and contact information. Services belong to organisations, which we don't show by default, but it's possible to see all the services that belong to one organisation and they go on to look at another service. Services can also list events like activities for young people, training for parent carers or support groups. And there's an events all search too. Schools play a vital part in the local offer, and we link to each school's SEN page through the directory. We're excited about developing the public directory further using LocalGov Drupal's Finders module. This will let us not only show relevant services for SEND but also connect with adult services and childcare, all from within the same directory, but displayed on the appropriate website. It's important to remember that 40 to 45% of all children will have special educational needs at some point during their school career. An area that's under huge development in Calderdale is mainstream inclusion. The adage every teacher is a teacher of SEND is not wrong, but not all teachers have the training and resources to hand. That's why we're currently working with Leeds and Calderdale on an effective mainstream practice resource directory for SENCOs and teachers to find the right resources to support children and young people in the classroom. There's also an audit for schools to help SENCOs and mainstream teachers support children with SEND in their classrooms. We've built a strong foundation here and we're excited to continue to collaborate with councils to build a better future for all. We're currently looking at using AI for search and to create easy read versions of pages. So thank you for joining me on this little walkthrough of Calderdale SEND local offer. If you have any questions, ideas for how we can make the local offer even better, or if you want to see the code, please get in touch. You'll find our contact details at the bottom of the footer.